G'day, Andrew Pelfrey here, coming to you from the kennel in Cowes on a bleak winter's day. Today I'd like to present to you the differences between the Brolga and the PKM model of turnbuckles that we use predominantly in the Etchells class. So let's get into it. Great product that's been around for I guess about 20 years now, ahead of its time when it was designed. Really the best thing about both of these turnbuckles is they can be adjusted under full working load while sailing upwind on the windward side. Simply by you can just lean forward, grab this knurled outer part of this housing here, and turn it. That does rely on regular maintenance to be able to do that in the upper wind speeds, but nevertheless, fantastic product. Nice amount of calibrations here. You can see a lock nut with a spring washer to safely lock off the turnbuckle when you're happy with your settings, to ensure it doesn't unwind when not under load to leeward. So yep, really nice product. Most Etchells would have these, would have been fitted with these over the years. Newer onto the market is the PKM turnbuckle. It's very similar, also employs a thrust bearing, can be adjusted under full sailing load on the windward side. Couple of slight differences in the design. The thread is quite a bit finer on the PKM, so if you are used to sailing with Brolgas, you'll need to be aware of that. The finer thread does allow for there to be a little less load and friction when adjusting, and it is 3 turns for one of these equals 2 turns on the Brolga. Another nice little feature is the fact that there's a little plastic indicator strip, so you can see from a distance where your setting is, which is, when you're an old guy like me, that's quite handy. So I have produced another video detailing all of the maintenance tips and how to go about that. But in this video, I'll just quickly go over the more sort of under the hood technical side. The Brolga does require more regular servicing, which requires the unit to be taken apart. And inside here, there's a thrust washer, which is essentially 10 ball bearings that are encapsulated between 2 ball races. They do require lubrication. Over time, that lubrication does sort of dry out, so it's something you need to keep on top of if you want the turnbuckle to work properly. The PKM is quite a bit simpler in that regard. It employs this unique plastic cage full of roller bearings on a radial orientation. Fantastic design there, and really that only needs a flush with fresh water and then some oil squirted in, which you can do when the rigging's under no load. You can see you can actually access the bearing cage through here, get the hose in there, give it a good squirt out, and then get some 3-in-1 oil or similar and squirt it in there. And if you did that once every couple of regattas or once a month in your club sailing, that's it, you're on top of it. Another couple of facets are that from a weight perspective, there's not a whole lot of difference. The Brolgas, they come in at about 400 grams each, which for an Etchells with 4 turnbuckles is 1.6 kilos, or just under 4 pounds if you're an American. The PKMs weigh 340 grams or thereabouts. So each turnbuckle is a saving of 60 grams, so 240 grams for the Etchells, half a pound thereabouts. However, the PKMs do employ this strut that sits between the two shrouds. I've just got two turnbuckles here and this strut that sits between. That just gets taped in place, and what it ensures is that as the turnbuckles are being adjusted, the wire can't rotate, which sometimes is a problem on the Brolga, particularly if you haven't serviced your turnbuckles well enough. This little piece here weighs about 40 grams, so you add two of those in. The weight basically between the two is a wash. There is one other element to the Brolgas worth mentioning. A little controversial, but you know what? It's a fact, so I'm going to go there. The toggle, the bottom of the toggle, this sort of eye area here, has been known to fail. I've seen it happen at least 4 times over the years, mostly resulting in a damaged or broken mast. So the PKM deals with that by going to this sort of tried, trusted, true T-fitting design here. So it's just a one-piece construction. If you do have Brolgas, you may want to think about changing over to these replacement Brolga bottom pieces. They're also incorporating this T-junction, one-piece T-junction, with the same Brolga thread here. So that's something well worth thinking about. You can get those on my website, sailing.dog. They're quite economical, particularly considering it may well save your mast.